49 plays of Odunze. We got Odunze to the top, the very top of the screen right here. Catch radius and yak. All right. Okay. So he's got double post there with the check down to the flat, or in the flat area. And then for Odunze, nothing in terms of the specific route running or anything like that. You can, and this is what I said about him. Oh yeah, by the way, too, I want to pull this up. 6'3", 215. I think he ran a 4.45. I said I expected around mid 4.4, so I was pretty happy with that one because and 4.45, like don't misunderstand it as like, okay, he's slow or anything like that. 6'3", 215, running 4.45. He's pretty good acceleration, pretty solid top end speed, pretty smooth. He has good, like, great body control. There's a lot to him. But there's also a lot that he needs to work on as well. And on this play, okay, you got the double post from Odunze and the slot right there. He runs the post as he's going to track the ball. Or as he sits that route down. I don't know if it's a type of deal in their offense where they run a post and if there's a safety of the middle of the field is closed right there, they'll sit it down. Could be a possibility, or he just looks back for the ball. He sees this a little bit back shoulder, and then you're going to see the catch radius come into play with him, and then obviously the yak as well. He drives pretty hard for yak, but the catch radius is pretty ridiculous. We're gonna freeze frame this review pretty often. Catch radius, right? It's not a throw that he should catch. Or is expected to catch because of how far behind behind him it is. Now, maybe the quarterback thought he was going to sit down early, whatever it may be. And then you like the effort on the yak after for Odunze right there. We got Odunze top slot, commit to break. Okay. Top slot right here. Again, pretty high up on these angles. Yeah. So that's just simple route running. In terms of the commitment to the break, this is nothing really crazy. This is something that, 50 plays in, do we really need to see these? Not necessarily. Especially when you have 47 more plays coming. But we do like that in general, the break and just the footwork into the break. So it's a good thing. There's some lag time at the top of that, but you're gonna expect that when a guy is 6'3" right here. So we like the fact that one stop step over his toe, like we said, you basically want to knee yourself in the chest, over his toe, knee yourself in the chest. So we got stop, pivot, break. Okay, so the only thing I don't like about it is he kind of pivots too early here. So there's good commitments to the break, 1, 2 right there, but 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 4 steps there. So if you're gonna have an extra 4 steps, you can get it quicker by going 1 stop, 2 stop, 3 stop, 4 stop, 5th pivot, 6th break. He turns to pivot at like his 3rd step, so it makes it a little bit dead at the top right here. He could fix that up a little bit, but in general, we do like the fact that he commits to those first stop steps. It's the 3rd and the 4th step of this break that we want to see him commit more towards, and then to be less of that lag time at the top of the break for Odunze. Odunze contested slot fade. Okay, he is right here. Inside slot. Okay, so the quarterback is obviously late to even get the ball there. Again, just like Bowers, like there's no hating on the guy's yak. There is nothing to hate in terms of Odunze with his ability to haul in contested catches. It is quite absurd. Transparently, you just like a ball goes up there and you literally expect him to do it. Like it's legitimately like 70-30, 75-25 with how he's able to pull in contested catches like this. Slot fade, corner gives him a ton of room, safety gives him a ton of room. Ball's there a little bit late. And then let's see in terms of the technique if it's actually solid here. So turns around, comes back to the ball, hands catch. Can't see exactly how he tucks it away. If he pulls it down to guard it from the defender's hands, it looks like he catches it and pulls it down just to avoid, the corner punching through, etc. And then he brings it, obviously able to hold it on through the ground and make the contested catch for the big gain. We have Odunze win deep, reduce wipe top. Okay, so most likely whatever the release is, he's going to get onto the toes of the DB. Once he gets onto the toes of the DB, what do we want to do? We want to reduce our chest. If we reduce our chest, obviously it limits the contact window. When you limit the contact window, less chance of him, holding you up on your route, right? So let's see it's in the top. Speed release. So there's nothing to that release in terms of the actual release. All it is he gets one step on his toe. He's already outside leverage the DB, so he gets to the inside. Now, what is he doing right here? Reducing reducing that shoulder, and then just run past him. Okay, full speed. Now, not targeted anything like that, but we'd like to see, obviously, hey, let's say this is Rodgers and that's his first read. Is he hit right there? Yeah, most likely, you know. So good acceleration off the line. We like the fact that he wipes right here with the right arm. Right arm seems to wipe that hand back while reducing himself, accelerate right past him. Good post, you know. Odunze release but fade TD bad view. Yeah, it's I guess on this view I was like starting to figure out like, hey, these guys are kind of shitty with their views here, but nonetheless, we got Odunze in the bottom of the screen. Let's see. Again, so like not much in terms of the release. Hop step. He throws a hop stepper there, 1, 2 in the hop, and that's just to throw off the timing and things like that. But he never really gets the DB to flip or do anything like that. So, like in in PFF and whatever else, like is this counted as a contested or as a press release win from Odunze? You know, did he really win that in terms of just the press? Not necessarily. He won at the catch point. So I don't know how some of these numbers are saying that he's really good on his releases. Which, by the way, you can see how shitty the camera view is. It's exactly what I was talking about. He's already caught the ball. And now we see it, you know, it's like, I guess I threw that in there just to prove the point. Like, hey, it was kind of hard for me to get some of these views, but gets that outside position that he wants on the fade. Looks like he's holding off the DB right here with his arms, attacks the ball late. I can't tell if he catches it with his hands or with his body there. Nonetheless, he brings it in again. I'm sorry for the shitty views. I literally cannot do anything about some of those plays. Some of them are better. That one was obviously just you know, terrible. So Odunze bottom, break off wrong foot, drop. Okay, so we have him on the bottom right here. Okay, so focus drop right there. Now in terms of the break, he's just running a speed out. We do want to, you know, you could drop off of that. You could drop on that right foot. Like he could drop on that right foot and then break off the left. The problem is when you break off your right foot to the right, we obviously all know for many just biomechanical reasons, you cannot cut great off your right foot to the right. So when you start to break off the right foot like that, at least in the NFL level, DBs are going to be alerted. You know, when you start leaning into the break right like that and you're going off your right foot, DBs at this point are alerted. Okay, this is most likely an outside break. They're going to break on this. And then it's probably going to be, you know, a tougher catch situation in terms of like the actual catch point. Ball's a little bit low. He tries to come back to it. He drops the ball, unfortunately. There is a focus drop or 2 or maybe 3 in his film. I forget completely off the top of my head. You don't see a ton of like focus drops, but they are present. It's not like he's Larry Fitzgerald and does not have any you know, drop issues. It's not an issue, it's just drops. Wasted steps, break, drop. I kind of screwed myself here because it's kind of, that's not him, that might be him. I'm gonna go with top slot right here. Is him. It's, you know, I should have labeled where exactly he is, but I believe that's him right there. Yeah, okay. So we had another drop from Odunze. Let me just minimize myself. I don't need to see myself in the camera. So in terms of the actual break, let's watch again. Wasted steps. Okay, so we got 1 stop step, pivot, break, pivot, break. Yeah, see, so we want more commitment to more stop steps from him. Because if you were to go 1 stop, get over it, 2 stop, get over it, 3 stop, get over it, and then he turns that inside foot, that pivot step where you're basically going to go off like the instep, you're going to turn it, you know, basically just not 180 degrees, 90 degrees sideways, break off the instep, and then throw the break foot to actually get out of the break as well. Like, or yeah, break foot. So stop, good. Pivots too early, double pivot step, and then gets out of it with some lag. And now the ball is in his chest and he drops it right here. So we do want to see, oh, here, actually, is there a way to move? Okay, I can move that. Sweet. Let me go back to this view of the break. See, commit, pivot. Yeah, so he's turning. He's not committing to his stops right there, or stop steps right there. So you want to see him fix that in terms of, you know, him being able to get out of his breaks a little bit quicker on some of these routes. Overall, good athletic ability in terms of being able to get out of the breaks, even with poor mechanics at times. So he definitely is athletic. Odunze, good stem, A break. Okay. So we got Odunze to the bottom slot right here. Yeah, bottom slot right there. It's just sometimes it's hard because like you have guys who one, I think it's Odun was it Odunze or Neighbors? I think it was Neighbors who changed his like aesthetics, like arm sleeve, arm wristband, like almost all the time. So it's kind of hard to tell. But Odunze is a little bit more like light skin, and there's like a lighter skin, another light skin guy too. So sometimes it's hard to tell exactly because they'll wear the same shoes, the same gloves, and it's like shit. How do I tell exactly who this is? I believe it's him right here. Typically, I label it, but okay, that's hold on. Good stem. Okay, so oh no, so actually he's right here. See? Black shoe. Okay, so he has black shoes, white socks, white tips. Okay, I should get that down for the rest of the one. Now in terms of the stem, they switch releases right there. It's just like a divide concept where it's a switch divide. So they switch their spots. One becomes a two, the two becomes the one, and then they divide. He trips up a little bit and gets jammed right there, so he doesn't like break out. And he can even be vertical too. It doesn't have to necessarily be a breakout. Odunze breaks to the inside. In terms of the actual break, we have stop, break, drive, line. You can see it's relatively rounded there. I don't think it's the best break in the world. But I'm trying to see exactly what I loved about this stem. Okay. So the thing I like about the stem is inside stem, and then as he's coming to his break point, he's going to get vertical, inside. So you have DB who's thinking, okay, he's breaking to the inside. Oh shit, no, he's not breaking to the inside. Oh shit, he is breaking to the inside. For lack of a better term, you know. So good job there with the stem. Again, the break, not great, but Odunze top, good eyes, push off. Okay, top. This is him. That does not look like him. I guess it is. See, like I don't know. Lighting. Okay, I'm very yeah, okay, that's not him. So to the top of the screen, this is him. Okay. Yeah. So he just breaks on curl. Okay. I was trying to figure out exactly why. Again, I apologize for not necessarily always labeling it. Even though I said top, it didn't look like him. So we have the stem. He's running a curl. So obviously, inside breaking route, back breaking route, you want it to be a situation where you have inside leverage on the DB. So right off the jump, vertical, inside. Why inside? Because he doesn't want the DB to get on his face or get to the inside hip, especially on an inside breaking route or back breaking route to the inside. Gets to his break point. We're going to see him purposefully put his right arm on the DB. Push off. Again, I wish I had a closer view so I could see if it extended or not extended, but a push off, clearly see it affects the DB. He breaks back. In terms of the footwork here, yeah, a little bit more committed to the stop stumps again. He does try to pivot out early. We can work on that. But it's a good route. It's a good route. Push off didn't get called. There's push offs all the time. It's more about, are you getting full extension at the NFL level? If you get that elbow out, that like chicken wing, as I like to say it, just don't get completely 100% or even stay below like 75% extended. You're pretty much going to be good. So there's more savvy ways to do it. Odunze smooth catch film guy blows. Okay, I started getting annoyed by this point. Right here, number one in motion. Okay, so I couldn't show the other view. I'm assuming I just meant like I couldn't see the other view because I'm assuming it panned over late. But he runs a speed out, gets horizontal. I like that he attacks the DB. So that DB is gonna be responsible right there. He races towards the DB to make him uncomfortable, attack that blind spot. He's somewhat in that blind spot. It's hard to tell exactly. He's like a yard out. Maybe he's in that blind spot, maybe not. Nonetheless, a situation where his hips are going to are almost open to the outside right here. Let's say. In a situation like this DB is flipped like he is, and Odunze is flipped like he is. It's nearly impossible for this DB to speed turn and get back out there unless the throw is late. Breaks, and then we're gonna see him snag that ball. Ball looks like it's a little heat on a heater. You can see him fully extend, snag it. His catch radius is ridiculous. So that is for sure. Odunze deep contested. Okay. Jeez. See, now he changes shoes again, right? Because we don't have any black and white right here. I believe the slot is him. I could be wrong again. Yeah, okay, I'm wrong again. Top of the screen. So we got let's see the aesthetics difference. Did we got I think we got a wristband right here. Wristband and like a bicep band. Okay. I'll try to remember that. He's right here. My fault. Again, pretty smooth off the line. Post, there's really he runs a skinny post, and I think he kind of just thinks like, hey, I'm covered here, so he's not really doing much to it. But again, just ridiculous in terms of the contested catches. But gets vertical again, guys on top, breaks to the inside. I don't even think he expects the ball. We see some hand fighting going on right here. Hand fighting, hand fighting, you're just trying to get position over top, really. You're trying to get some extension as a receiver and then get your hand over top of his hand. A lot of DBs will try to get their hand over top of the receiver's hands, because what can the receiver not do? If the DB's arms are over top, he cannot go up for the ball with his arms. So hand fighting, ball comes, light hands, attack it, and then you're going to see it catch, tuck. Catch, tuck. Don't fall on that ball. We want to roll over a little bit more. Looks like he kind of lands on his face. Ball is in the air. Again, hand fighting. Track it. Of course, the pole's in the way. Tuck. Want to roll over a little bit more on that shoulder. Kind of lands on his chest, his shoulder right there. You don't want to break your collarbone or anything like that. So, I'm not saying in that situation you necessarily could have. I'm saying in general, try not to land on the front of your shoulder, on the side of your shoulder. You try to really get almost to the back of the shoulder. So Odunze stem heavy inside, slight vert circus. Okay, so I guess like a circus route. So we got him to the bottom right here. Okay, it's just like a stem out. Stem out. They're typically like 10 to 15 yards. These circus routes. So stem to the inside. As he gets to that contact point, lagging a little bit there on some of these plays. Again, I think during some of these reviews, my computer's running pretty slow. So some of the plays are a little bit laggy. I apologize. Again, it is what it is. I will get an updated computer. I got everything else. Just computers the biggest chunk, but I got to get it. So stems the DB to the inside as he gets into that contact window, within like that 2 to 4 yards-ish area. Starts to run his feet a little bit. As he runs his feet, obviously he's slowing himself down while also kind of selling the DB inside or outside. He goes outside. We're going to see the club. We're going to see a club right there just to clear himself. Wins, catch. Awesome. Yeah, a little laggy here. So let's see that break a little bit closer. So again, stems up to the inside, runs the feet, clubs them. Club, and then he pushes through with the right there as well, right into the shoulder. Snag it. Let's see the snag again. Snag it. Let me move that a little. I don't know if you guys can see what I saw right there, but I couldn't see the actual ball. Yeah. How does he pull it down? See, so the little thing that I like about this too is you see how he's like not necessarily sure if the DB, so a good DB or just really any DB is gonna be taught, okay, in this situation he boxes you out, whatever it may be, they're gonna play through the arms right here. When you play through the arms, you can't pull the ball in. So him knowing that it's kind of a tightly contested situation, he's not gonna tuck right now, because if that arm wasn't between, he tucks, guess what? Ball meets the defender's hand. So a lot of guys will grab that ball and they'll pull it away and not tuck it in. He pulls it away and does not tuck it in. That is perfect. Perfect from Odunze. Odunze contested. Yeah, the film is just littered with contested catches. Top. I'm going with top. I didn't realize it was gonna be so tricky to find him. I would have labeled it more, I guess. Yep, top. Contested, vertical. Again, nothing with the release. There's nothing here. It's like a split release, but it doesn't do anything. He's just getting his balance. It doesn't do anything in split release. So basically, speed release gets to the sideline. When he gets to the sideline, ball is up there. Guess what? He catches it, because that's what Odunze does.